what I create and make better product than this scratchy subject I'm given.
Secret Garden was imagined as a space of listening, right? We're giving you something to look at, but really the task is to get folks to listen. And what we really, really wanted was for people to listen congregationally. Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie Dinkins, and I am the lead artist on a project called Secret Garden. Secret Garden is a exploration of the stories of Black women, right? So Black women through time, and thinking about stories as building blocks in a lot of ways. So we're taking time from the imagination of what it must have been like to come over to America on a slave ship, not knowing what awaits you, to a family surviving the 30s and 40s and actually being able to purchase land and cultivate that land, to a family moving and migrating north and trying to make a way in a totally new environment and building community through a garden, actually. And then just cultivating that family and what the family has gone through, and then thinking through, right through to a future, right? So what does the future look like for us? And that's a metaphorical us. And how do we get to live it? Thinking about considering our own desires, our truest, deepest desires, versus the things that we've often had to fight. Secret Garden poses questions around these stories in terms of whose stories belongs to who, because the women that you see in the installation and the women that you see online don't speak. However, you do hear their stories separately, and the stories can be attached to any of the women in the space. It's interesting to think that some people have said, all the women wear all the stories. And I think that's really true in the crux of the project here. It's that we do wear each other's stories, and we're building upon those stories and finding a way to go forward through the stories, even the tough ones.
Some of our ways are from way back in the time before all this. I think I remember Great Mama teaching us to plant yams the way they did in Africa. Great Mama once told me that her mama, she was owned by Old Man Washington. Used to steal her own time and labor back in snatches in the middle of the night and Sundays to plant her own garden. It helped feed the families better food, make extra money, and created spaces of refuge.
Secret Garden was imagined as a space of listening, right? We're giving you something to look at, but really the task is to get folks to listen. And what we really, really wanted was for people to listen congregationally, together, right? Giving attention. My art practice has always been concerned with what I would say value and visibility within a social context. Like from the very, very beginning, I've been thinking about questions of value, questions of visibility, and questions of Blackness. Those questions have made a very circuitous route through photography and through installation, through artificial intelligence, and now through interactive installation and WebXR. And, you know, I say that I'm a transmedia artist because I work with whatever materials I can to best convey ideas, and I really like to provide experiences for people. And these new tools, right? Being able to put an experience online that's open to almost anyone to look at and really have an experience becomes really exciting and a great way to deliver information, or at least to give people the space to start thinking about ideas as they travel through. And I think that's really important, the travel through. I think the installation where you're moving around the space and you as viewer are triggering different responses, and the online space where you're wandering and trying to find the things that are imparting information, both make the space for, you know, the viewer to have a real role in the decisions and the outcomes of the piece. I like the idea that visitors are taking in information and coming to realizations in their own spaces and in their own ways of thinking. At least I hope that's what's happening.